It's Tuesday, August 12th, 2025, and we are talking tight ends today on this beautiful, beautiful Tuesday. We're going to have all of our rankings from Fantasy Now Plus, all of your favorite guys from the show. We'll be breaking it down. We got the latest from, the injury report. We got Jordan Love news. We have Kenneth Walker, the third news. We got so much more. So without further ado, let's get Justin in here and let's start the show.
You're watching Fantasy Now Plus.
This is the flagship show of the network over here at Fantasy Now Plus. Me and Justin, the OGs. We're here to talk about the rankings we have for the tight end position over here on fantasynowplus.com. So if you want to go ahead and check that out, make sure you go over there. We are all updated. I believe even Sean is updated. Isn't that crazy? Even
Wild.
Sean is updated.
Wild.
You're not. Says you're not eight. You're late. 8-4. So I guess you're confident. You nailed it.
I told you guys earlier today that I did update them, and then I just didn't update. And I don't know what's going on with that plugin. I'm trying to actually fix it by like custom writing something that'll allow us to just refresh it all the time. So more to come on our updated rankings, but I adjusted mine a little bit today.
All right. I got some questions on how math works. Just math in general. I'm looking at our rankings. I'm going, hey, wait a minute. I was the only one who was bold and put McBride at 1 for like the longest time. Now I see Will put him at 1 as well. And I see Topher has him at 3, which I don't know how this works, but we have McBride as the first tight end in fantasy this year. And I was like, hey, wait a minute. Why is everybody stealing my gimmick? But it's only Will. So Will, right on, bro. Right on. How about you, man? What do you think about that? Brock Bowers is not our consensus number 1 overall.
It's interesting. Well, math is hard because they are actually tied. They both have 2 first place votes. They both have 3 second place votes, and they both have 1 third place vote. So they are literally tied. Why Fantasy Pros decides to put Trey McBride over Brock Bowers, I don't know. But that is what they have. So
Kittle could also easily be number 1 as well. We have 2 rankers that have him as number 1. So easily I have him at number 3. You have him at 3. So we're all, it's so funny. It's all three of these tight ends were super close last year. And, I was going to open up with the entire monologue of like how the tight end fantasy situation has kind of like been a click for 10 years. It's this top, it's hard to get into that top 4. It's the MySpace top 6 list back in the day, or top 8, whatever it was. It's hard to get on that list. You had the Kelseys, the Andrews, all those guys at the top for so long, Kittle included. And now we're seeing a new group of guys take over those top 3 spots or top 2 spots with McBride and Bowers. We wanted Laporta to be up there, but really he's not in that tier yet. We wanted him to be there. Maybe he takes an extra step this year. But yeah, it's cool to see new faces at the top. How do you feel about that? Kelsey's not even in our top 5.
This is not your dad's or not your grandpa's tight end list anymore. We don't have all the old people up here anymore. We got some 22, 23-year-olds up here now. So, and George Kittle.
And George
Kittle, who's in his 30s. But George Kittle holding it down still. I mean, the number 1 target in San Francisco right now because they have no wide receiver. Literally no wide receiver. And I think it's week 6 before Ayuk is supposed to be back. And Jennings is still hurt and in a contract dispute. Pearsall is still trying to come back. Cowing is still trying to come back. All of these wide receivers are still trying to come back. So you have Kittle and Christian McCaffrey, and that's it.
Yeah, it's looking rough over there in SF. I'm not sure if I'm frozen or Justin's frozen. I'm not going to lie to you. My internet at home, it's a theme, has been so bad. I think our house got struck by lightning a couple nights ago. I think so. It was really bad. We've been getting these massive thunderstorms every day from 4 to 7. And I'm not talking like, oh, you see that lightning strike? No, it's here. Chris Koffler, my host of Real Talk Wrestling, his next door tree got split in half from a damn lightning strike. That's what happens when you're the lightning capital of the world, I guess. Am I still frozen?
Yeah, I can hear you, but you're
I'm gonna dip out then and come back because I'd always fix it.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
So
I'm
I guess
extra.
I'll just host the show now because Josh is a loser. So yeah, so our current top rankings here, Trey McBride. Yeah, Josh is frozen, but at least you weren't picking. No, thanks, that's a good point, Jamie. Okay, so yeah, Trey McBride number 1, Brock Bowers number 2, George Kittle number 3, Hawkinson 4, and Sam Laporta is 5. That rounds out our top 5. I got Josh back in here. We'll see if Josh is a thing here.
I'm not gonna complain. I can. You guys know, Jamie. I can. Everyone knows I can. For the past hour, I've been trying to book. I'm going to Vegas in 3 weeks for week 1 of the NFL, and we've been scrambling because last year we were stuck with no place to watch the games. We were stuck. If you don't reserve it, you're done. So we're looking at reservations. We're doing this. We see a place at Circa, which is in downtown. Oh, 146 for a booth in the sports book. Right on. I see it's for August 12th because I'm an idiot. I go to September 7th, which is opening week, Sunday, $8,000 for the same booth, $8,000. But today you can get it for $149. So that's the beautiful part about Vegas. It's awesome. It is $8,000 to reserve it. But at Circa. Yeah, it's great. It's great. Going to Vegas the week of the NFL with your boys is great because you get to spend $5 billion. It's great. It's awesome. I can't wait to do it again. Did it last year. September 7th is Jamie's birthday. Happy birthday. I hope your fantasy teams, and your professional team that you root for wins that day. Yeah, but $8,000. Right. So let's get into the fantasy news. Who was injured? I see my phone lighting up this morning. We got Jordan Love. We got Justin Jefferson. We got Kenneth Walker. So can you want to run those down before we get into our rankings?
Yeah. Sorry. More news is being posted. So Justin Jefferson has the hamstring issue, but he did participate in the walkthrough. Kenneth Walker is still not practicing with a foot injury. It's funny because me and Dave were just trying to make a trade that involved Kenneth Walker. Well, actually, I wanted Brees Hall. He was trying to give me Kenneth Walker. But I was not trying to give up what he was trying to get out of Kenneth Walker. So
what was the trade? Throw it out there. What was the trade?
Well, so I was trying to get Brees Hall for a first and like Tajay Spears or something like that. And he said no. He followed it up with Kenneth Walker for basically the same thing. And then I was trying to add some picks and stuff into that to make it a little bit more fair on me. I don't want Kenneth Walker for a first round pick. But didn't go through. So we'll see how that works out. Joe Flacco still listed as the starting quarterback on the second Browns depth chart. So Jamie, I'd like to hear what you think about Joe Flacco being your starting quarterback. As I said earlier, Brandon Ayuk slated for a week 6 return, and then these next two are not fantasy play. Oh wait, sorry, Jordan Love. I gotta go read our own news that we posted today. Jordan Love is to have a procedure on his left thumb, but is not expected to be serious, and he should be ready for week 1. Brian Thomas Jr. is dealing with an injury during camp. It's undisclosed on what the injury actually is, but he has been sidelined 3 times during camp and to meet with trainers to get that worked out. So that's something to keep an eye on. And then the last 2 pieces I have here are not fantasy players, but they do impact fantasy. Landon Dickerson, offensive lineman for the Eagles, needs a minor procedure and is expected to miss a few weeks, not months, but a few weeks. So that could hurt the running game at the start of the season, could hurt Jalen Hurts a little bit as well. And then, of course, Rashawn Slater will be out for the entire season, which does hurt the Chargers offense quite a bit because that is a huge piece on that offensive line.
Yeah, big news. Then we're gonna get more because, of course, preseason and injuries and all this stuff happens, and it's bad times right now. But we just gotta hope if you drafted early, which I don't know why you did. If you redraft, of course, then you just gotta hope that none of these players get injured. And then I want to say this. About like injuries and scares. I got the news that Brian Thomas Jr. walked off the field in panic. In all my like 3 chats, am panicking. It's like, what are we doing? He walked off the field. Like, it's fine. Anthony Richardson. Yeah, Anthony Richardson, his finger dislocated. We all panicked. Oh no, he's fine. He's back. So we just gotta not overreact, and we have to stay calm and cool and collective, and just, as the fantasy footballers say, be water. Just
You're,
adjust.
but there is some caution for concern. I'm not saying like go sell him right now, but uh, it can be concerning because that could be a lingering issue that causes him to miss time and plays during the season, which is not great.
Of course, it's not great.
And who knows? I mean, Evan Ingram had no issues, and then week 1 it was like healthy scratch, or basically we all thought it was just a scratch, and then he ended up missing over half the season.
Yeah,
and we didn't know because we didn't pay attention we didn't really pay attention during camp that he had an injury. So
yes, I understand that. But until we know fully, I'm not gonna be too panicky. Listen, we all deal with stress in other ways, right? Some people sell Judkins right away for nothing in a 5th string tight end. Some people wait till they get the real news. So we'll get into the tight end rankings right now. Do you want to start 12 to 1, 1 to 12? How do you want to do this, Mr. Justin Bowerly? And I'm never wearing this shirt again on stream. I've adjusted every light. I got the windows open. I'm fading away down here. I know. Yeah. I'm never wearing this shirt again on stream. Never.
Dusted on stream. Avengers are fighting Thanos somewhere. I mean, I've already covered the top 5, so we can talk about whoever you want. I mean, there's a couple of names on here that I think we have wildly different opinions on between you and I, and then between us and the rest of our team. So we can cover.
Why do you still love Evan Ingram? It's gonna get out there. Why do you still love Evan Ingram? What's going on?
He's on a good offense now. Bo Nix needs his guy, and they need more than just Cortland Sutton. And we've all seen Cortland Sutton can only be good for 1 year at a time. Can't be good multiple at a time. So, and Sean Payton likes to favor those tight ends sometimes. So I'm hoping he can, bounce back this year. He was good. He was injured, but he's been good.
There we go. Speak with your chest, Justin. Let's go.
Evan Ingram is always good until he gets hurt.
He's always good until he gets hurt. It's
like
true.
Every player.
Not like every player. Listen, in 2023, he had an amazing season. Like off the charts, spectacular. Is he going to be elevated to a elite tight end status? That's what we were all thinking. He averaged 16.98 fantasy points per game in that season. Awesome. 16.98 in the last 6 games that season. I apologize. But we always love that. We always use that. Tyler Higbee, Justin Field, like anyone that goes on a tear that ends the season, we fall in love with that person, no matter who it is. It doesn't matter who it is. And it happened to be Evan Ingram. Last year, massively disappointed, like crazy disappointed. I know he was hurt, but when he came back, he wasn't good either. And neither were the Jacksonville Jaguars. So it's kind of hard. It's hard to gauge last year's season because he played week 1, then he missed a ton of games and came back and absolutely did jack squat. He averaged 9.9 fantasy points per game last year. It's his worst season since 2021. He had 5 double-digit games last season out of the 9 games he played. And I'm really worried about Denver. Okay, you said Sean Payton loves his tight ends. He might. He had Jimmy Graham for the longest time. He didn't love his tight ends last season. Last season, the Denver Broncos tight ends, all of them collectively, I think there was 4, had 72 targets out of 549 attempts. Javonte Williams alone had 70 targets. That scares me. That worries me. Now, they're adding Evan Ingram, so maybe they go, hey, we added a guy that can get the job done, unlike the guys we had previously, so we're going to give him more targets. And Javonte Williams is no longer there, so that helps everything out, right? That's problem solved, done and done. The regular fantasy analysts will go, well, vacated targets plus this. No. Bottom line is, vacated targets are great. I get it. I love it. But Sean Payton has always targeted the running back. Sean Payton has always done that, even with Kamara, now with Javonte Williams last season with 70. Is it going to continue with his running backs? Are they going to continue to neglect the tight end position? Because clearly They threw the ball 549 times, and only 72 of them went to the tight end position. Position, not just one tight end. So that's what I worry about. Are they going to actually phase him into the offense?
They didn't have a tight end that could pull in 98 plus targets.
I know.
Like, they are not the same thing. Those tight ends that were in Denver are not Evan Ingram. Evan Ingram can pull in 100 plus targets easily. They're not the same. They're not.
You're right.
This
You're
is
right.
like you're trying to compare Jordan Addison with Justin Jefferson. They're not the same wide receiver.
I would say Justin Jefferson with like a
Healthy Darius Slayton, like,
yeah, because Dolch's people fell in love with him for like 5 seconds, and then they didn't. Then he just went away. So I understand. That's the thing, though. That's why I said there was a conundrum there. Is it the chicken or the egg? Which is what is it? Is Ingram good? If they're going to utilize him, or was he just a right time, right place? Went on a streak with the Jaguars.
and,
Now the streak is ended.
and you're right. If they don't utilize him, then yeah, he obviously will be pretty bad, because when he was with the Giants, he did not get utilized, and he was finishing as a not a starting tight end, other than his rookie season when he pulled 115 targets in.
Yep,
But when
exactly.
he does get utilized, he is really good. So jury's out on whether Sean Payton will use them. But if the argument is that, well, they only gave the tight end this many targets last year, again, they didn't have Evan Ingram last year. So that could be a completely different story. The Raiders also didn't give Michael Mayer Brock Bowers targets the previous year either. So when a good tight end comes in, the good tight end takes over. And Evan Ingram is a good tight end.
I love to see it. That's why I still have him ranked as a top 12 tight end, I believe. I think. Yeah, I do. I have him 12. You have him at 6. It's just 6. Whew. That's all right. It's okay. But the next guy I want to go ahead.
I did update that he is 7 for me now.
Oh, he's 7. Okay.
I have
Not
Kelsey.
bad. I have Kelsey at 5. Well, I think I'm too high on him, but I didn't prepare for Kelsey. But I do have him too high, I think. 5. I'm the second highest on the team. I believe Topher, or is it Will? Yeah, Will has him at 4. So Will's the only person higher than Kelsey. What do you feel about this? Just quick. How do you feel about Kelsey at 5? I know you have him at 7. You said or 6. Like, are we crazy?
Yes and no. The thing is, I not getting him anywhere in a dynasty league. But in redraft, he's still, I mean, last year, his worst year since 2015, he finished as tight end 5. So I think we're right around the right spot. The thing is, Kelsey is still the number 1 target in Kansas City. When Mahomes needs somebody, he finds Kelsey. Yes, they have Xavier Worthy, they have Rashee Rice. One of those is missing time. The other one is still coming into his own. Hollywood Brown's still hurt. At the end of the day, Travis Kelsey gets that soft spot. Travis Kelsey is the premier target in that offense until he proves that he's not. He still pulled in 133 targets last year. He's still getting targeted. So it's, yeah, he's not as good as he once was, but not as good as he once was went from tight end 1 to tight end 5. So I think he finishes somewhere between 5 and 10 this year, but I'd lean closer to 5 than 10.
If you've been a long time listener of this here show, back when we had like 20 subs, right here on YouTube, banging it out. Now we're at 651. Appreciate all 651 of you. Back in the day, last year, we said it many times. Travis Kelsey is a break. I said it many times. Travis Kelsey is a break glass in case of emergency. Week 4, they had to break the glass because an emergency happened. Rashee Rice, their number 1 target, their number 1 athlete, their number 1 receiver went down. And that's when Travis Kelsey decided to start playing football. That week 4, he scored 15.9 fantasy points. He was the number 3 tight end. The week after, scored 16 points, number 5 tight end. Had a bad week in week 7. And then weeks 8, 9, 10, like, he went off. So from week 1, I was telling everybody, break glass in case of emergency. Again, Rashee Rice goes down. When Rashee Rice comes back, I will see things shift, and you'll be hearing me on this network here on Monday mornings. I'll be telling you guys, wait for Rashee Rice to come back. This Kelsey love that you're getting here, it's going to start fading down, and because Rice is taking over that role. Been saying it since day one. Rice suspension is crushing me personally. Like, it hurts. I think about all the fantasy matchups I should be winning weeks 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 because of how many times I have rostered this guy. I don't have Kelsey anywhere. But I'm telling you guys, once Kelsey does take a back seat when Rice comes back, that's when we're going to see the production fall off. That's why I have him kind of at 5. I think he's going to be good. I think he's going to put up these banger numbers like the 22-point games, the 25-point games. Those alone get him into the top 6. And then the consistencies of 9, 6, 8, just like every other tight end in the world will score. But those big boom games will put him over the top over the other guys. That's why I have Kelsey at 5.
I mean, Rice hurts you now because of the suspension, but at least you know it's happening and like you know what the result is. And once he's back, he's back. So it's not like you don't have that lingering, oh, he could be suspended at literally any moment now. We know the punishment now. So, but anyways.
Well, do we know the time? Did we know the time yet? Like the actual dates? I don't think we do. I don't think we do. I'm so mad because this is one of my worst, it was one of my worst takes of the entire offseason was, don't worry about Rashee Rice. He's still the alpha. He's a top 5 dynasty receiver. He is the new alpha. And then the suspension happens, and then all my teams are just dead. Dead. Well, it's okay.
Soon.
We move forward.
Yeah.
We move forward. All right. We weren't even supposed to talk about Kelsey. I want to get into the hot, juicy topic. We did talk about McBride and Bowers up close, up front, just like as in passing. But we are split as a staff. And it's right down the line. One person has them at 3, or 2 people have them at 3, or whatever. You said it before. I guess they have 1 third place votes, 3 first place, whatever. It all matches up exactly the same, right? With McBride and Bowers in our rankings of him throughout the staff. Can you say that properly? I don't know English.
Say what?
Exactly. He's not listening to me, guys. Nobody listens to me. It's okay. Justin's not listening to me. McBride and Bowers. We have them ranked the same. We talked about them up front. I want to go into it because you have Bowers at 1, I have McBride at 1. Yeah. That's what we're doing. I'm trying to set that up. Yeah. I just got lost in my words. Sorry. Okay. Why do you have Bowers over the top?
He's better. Easy.
Okay.
Simple. No. So I have Bowers at number 1 because who's catching the ball in Las Vegas other than Bowers? Like Jacoby Myers? Is that it? I mean, is that his only other threat at catching the ball? Like they don't have a running back. Or I'm sorry, they have Ashton Genty, but he runs the ball. He doesn't catch. So they have Genty, Jacoby Myers, and Brock Bowers. At least Arizona has Marvin Harrison to also catch the ball. I mean, that's going to split something up, and hopefully he does come back. But I have Bowers at 1 strictly because of the opportunities that he has there. He's got Geno Smith, so that helps him a lot better than Aiden O'Connell and Gardner Minshew and all the mess that he played with last year. I think he takes another step up. However, this could be, I mean, we keep seeing rookie tight end comes in, dominates, becomes tight end 1, falls off the next year. So maybe he does have a sophomore slump and Trey McBride finally overtakes that number 1, but you can't be upset with either of these guys. You draft
How dare you?
I mean, what?
I'm done. I'm going to cut you off. How dare you? How dare you? So I've been playing in a guillotine league since forever. In my late pick, every year has been Jacoby Myers, super late. And he gets me through the rough, weeks 1, 2, 3, 4 in this guillotine league. I always finish the top 4. And Jacoby Myers is the guy to, I always go, he's my rock. He had 87 catches last year, 1,027 yards and 4 touchdowns. Now you say, at least the Cardinals have a Marvin Harrison, the 62 catch guy, the 885 yard guy, he had 8 touchdowns. He looked good doing those 8 touchdowns. But why are we discouraging? Why are we discounting Jacoby Myers, a professional, a guy who's a veteran in this league, who knows how to run routes, who knows how to get open, who could find the soft spot? He is still good at football. What are we doing? He had a career high in numbers last year, and you're just going to poo him, throw him under the rug. He doesn't exist, guys. The 1,027 yards don't exist because Marvin Harrison Jr. was drafted high. No, I'll get off that real quick. I look,
To be
I
fair,
love both
I
these guys.
rostered Jacoby Myers in a lot of leagues because he is very good, but he's not. Theoretically, he's not Marvin Harrison Jr. taking away targets from Brock Bowers. Brock Bowers is the elite. Brock Bowers is the elite target in Las Vegas. Arizona has 2.
I think McBride is the elite target in Arizona. And again, we're picking hairs here. And what's going on, Craig, Brian, Jamie, everyone in the chat? Where do you guys stand? I want to know, McBride or Bowers? It's like picking what's that movie with the vampires that glow in the sun? Team Edward and Team
Twilight.
Yeah, you know. I knew you knew. That was a test, by the way. That was a test. You
What?
Yeah, okay, Mr.
I
Twilight.
want you to ramp another 30 seconds.
Last year, McBride ranked first among tight ends in yards after the catch. He put up a massive target share. I think it was around 29.3, which is up there with Bowers. He had double-digit targets in his last 7 of his last 10 games. I think he had a 19-target game. Like, let's not forget what McBride does. Let's not forget. Yeah, it's Bowers because, okay. We were saying this about Laporta. But anyway, I digress. Look.
I'll tell you, Sean's going to yell at you. I can hear your phone vibrating.
I thought I had that off. Okay. Bowers is going 8 spots before McBride. 8 spots. That doesn't seem like a lot, but to me it is. So if you're picking like later, let's say you've got the 9, 10, 11, 12 spot, I'm seeing Bowers go there a ton. If you could somehow manage and you get that spot and you really want to lock up your tight end, you would be doing yourself a disservice taking Bowers there because you're going to get the same production with McBride. You can go ahead and get that stud receiver, running back, whoever you want, and then you compare them with McBride. I think where Bowers is going is ADP in the first round. I don't want to be tied down with him. You're still going to get a super stud in the second. I get it. I understand that. But you have the possibility of grabbing like a Nico Collins or a game breaker, somebody you really want in the first round, and then coming back around and getting my guy, Trey McBride. I just don't think 0.1 was the difference. In week 17, McBride averaged 0.1 less points per game than Bowers. If you actually look at the week 18 stats, you go all the way to week 18, McBride finished 0.1 above Brock Bowers in fantasy points per game. We're splitting hairs. I'm just saying per ADP, per the value, I prefer McBride, and I think he's going to outperform him. We like Warren too over here, by the way, Craig. We love Tyler Warren here on the show. It's in the chat if you pay attention to our.
Oh, I know. I see it in the chat, but I'm trying to figure out who he is.
I love Tyler Warren. I'm just not going to rank him super high like you. Do you want to go off on that?
I mean, we both have him ranked at this. Actually, I have him ranked lower. I updated today. I have him at 11. Okay. You have him at 10.
I thought you had him 6. You proclaimed and pinned something in some chat. Tyler Warren will finish top 6. You pinned it somewhere in some chat.
Top 6. Finish. Right. We are in draft. He's not going to be drafted as tight end 6. So, yeah, I have him as finishing top 6, but I have him at 11 right now because I think you can get him discounted. People are going to hate on him for the quarterback situation right now between Anthony Richardson and Daniel Jones. You see the memes out there. Imagine being a Colts fan when you have a quarterback battle like that. However, if you looked at the first preseason game, he got targeted a lot. They went his way early and often. So that is good news for Tyler Warren. They will be using him in the offense. It's just a matter of who's throwing him the ball in the future. Travis Etienne may be on his way out, left practice early for cramps, but also does not speak to the media. Tank Bigsby also posts weird tweet. So that's breaking news from Sean. So
we need like a breaking news, like da-na-na, da-na-na. Like, you ever heard of that?
Yeah,
like that. I want to use that. Da-na-na, da-na-na.
That's copyrighted actually. So
Not
But
my
yeah,
point.
so Tyler Warren, I have him a little bit lower, but again, you can get him at a discount, so that's good in draft mode. I want to talk about. Oh yeah, so that's one of the guy we have him similarly. Pudge has him at 18, which is nuts.
I mean, it's not nuts. Come on. It's not nuts to think that a Colt can do bad. And I'm not trying to take any shots, but you get what I'm saying. With that quarterback situation, with that franchise, like I don't think he's going to finish 18. I think it would have to take a massive injury or not playing to finish that low. That's what it would have to be. If he's on the field and he's playing normal snaps like a starter, he's going to finish top 12 easily. I don't know about top 6, but I can guarantee top 12 just because the way that offense is going to run through him. I think it's going to run through him. And we talk about pass catchers. I'm not scared or impressed with any pass catcher on that team like consistently. They're all good. I love Josh Downs. I love Michael Pittman, but not consistent. They're not. I'm not sold on them. So that's why I think Warren can get more involved. Tucker Kraft. I have him not the highest, which I'm very upset with. I thought it was definitely the highest.
Nope.
No, I have him at 8. Topher 6, Will 7, Pudge. I mean, we're gonna fight Pudge. We're gonna fight today. You wrecked Tyler Warren at 18. You have Tucker Kraft, my guy, at 16. What gives, bro? And I love you. I love you, Pudge. But what are we doing with Tucker Kraft, man? I am not worried about Tucker Kraft at all. I drafted him in the Scott Fish Bowl in round 10, and I was criticized heavily by anyone that saw me make the pick. Random strangers. You took Jaden Reed's still available. Jaden Reed's still available. You're taking Tucker Kraft? Well, yeah. Yeah. Oh, you don't want the number one receiver or whatever? No. No, he had 55 catches last year. Tucker Kraft had 50. Scott Fishbowl's given major upside and bonuses to tight end catches. He only caught 5 less balls than the number one receiver on the Packers. Go ahead. Make your joke.
I was just saying I took 8 of them, but Tucker Kraft is the poor man's Brock Bowers. He's the target in Green Bay. I mean, Jaden Reed, Christian Watkins is out for the season, I think. Dontavian Wicks, we got to stop trying to make him a thing. I know they just drafted Matthew Golden, but this is Tucker Kraft's offense. We're just living it. We're just here.
I have 2 tight ends last. I know you have 10. I have them at 8. I want to get this stat out here because I was surprised. Only 2 tight ends last year had more 20-yard catches, 20+ yard catches than Tucker Kraft. Tucker Kraft had 11. Kittle had about 20, and Bowers was above him as well. Laporta was tied with Kraft at 11. You don't think of Kraft as being a big play person. You really don't. But if you look at his stats, he was top 3 in like yards per target, yards per catch. Like he was really good last year. It's just with the limited 50 catches, 707 yards. That's good for not having your quarterback for the first half of the season. It felt like if Jordan Love can stay healthy, which I wrote this before the Jordan Love went to questionable thing on my phone. If Jordan Love can stay healthy and give us 18 or 17 games, I think Tucker Kraft is going to finish top 5. I have him currently where I have him, but man, I can see this to the moon. I can see a huge breakout year. This is 3rd season. We should be talking about him as a breakout candidate, and I don't see it anywhere. I love Tucker Kraft this year. Love it. Love it. Are you looking at my phone? My phone's not vibrating.
Tight end Mason Taylor for the Jets is practicing like normal, even though he supposedly has a high ankle sprain.
So. Ankle sprains are the worst. Like those are the worst. Tajay Spears, like that's crushing me too. Did we talk about him today? That's crushing.
No, he'll be out for a couple of weeks as well. Forgot about him.
Yeah, that's crushing. But yeah, that's everything I had for the tight ends. I know that you have a couple more that you want to talk about. So I'm gonna go by here. Do you mind if I just rapid fire and shoot you some things that you have different?
Go for it.
I will. I was gonna do it anyway. Like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do about it? No, Loveland.
Do one of these. Just kick you out of the show.
I can push those buttons too. I didn't push that button. It wasn't me. He left the show. He quit. But I really want to talk to you about Colston Loveland. We all have him ranked pretty low. I have him 17. The highest we have him on our staff is Will has him at 12. we were, as a network, hyping this guy up pretty early on, and I think we've tempered our expectations. How are you feeling about Colson Loveland heading into the season?
I didn't really hype him up as much as everybody else did. I do have him moved up to 17. I bumped him up today because I dropped Johnny quite a bit. Down to 20. But I I don't know. Like that Bears offense is weird to me still. Like they still have DJ Moore, Roma Dunze. They got rid of the Keenan Allen's no longer there, but they still have Cole Kmet. And we all pretending that like just Cole Kmet like died or something? Because he finished pretty well last year on a really okay. So he finished as tight end 19. Just kidding. He's finished as 8-7 before in decent years. Is it just that Caleb Williams doesn't like Cole Kmet? Like, is that what's happening? Because he's a pretty decent tight end as well. I figured he was kind of highly respected in the league, but they went out and got their guy with Colston Loveland. So I don't know what's happening there, and that's why I have him ranked so lowly, because they could roll out Loveland as the tight end 1. They could roll out Kmet as tight end 1. Maybe they run 2. I don't know.
I'm assuming that I have Loveland ranked 17, but it's hard for me to back off of Cole Kmet. I've been falling into the trap of, well, everyone loves Loveland, so I might as well too. But I've always been in this same. I've never changed my mind of Cole Kmet's still there. He still knows the play. Oh, I guess he doesn't know the playbook because everything's changed, but he's still been a Bear longer than Loveland, and he's still a rookie.
Yeah.
And just because we saw Pitts have a great year, Laporta, everyone else, like that's been the new hotness, doesn't mean Loveland is too. I hope he does. I have him ranked as a respectable 17. I don't think he's that bad off. I just don't know if he's going to get the opportunities. And Craig, I see you in the chat. Craig Lennox, if you want direct, you don't need to, you can shoot a question to the website, fantasynowplus.com. You can, but an easier way, a much faster way. If you don't have Discord and you want it, download it, join us. The chat, your comment is covering what I was going to read off, but it's chat backsplash. I can't read that. Sorry. Chat backslash fantasynowplus.com.
Chat.fantasynowplus.com.
Oh, it's a dot. Okay.
Yeah, join our Discord server. You can also get the link directly in the description of this video, and if you're listening to this later, podcast. So be sure to jump in there and just click that link, join the Discord. If not, if you're not a Discord person, you just want to send us an email, fantasynowplus@gmail.com. You can send all your questions there as well, and we will get to them as well. Those are your 2 ways to get in touch, or just keep throwing them in the chat here.
So can you guys talk about the Jags running back situation? Looks like Etienne is getting traded. This is a tight end ranking show. We will be covering that, I think, tomorrow. What are the guys talking about tomorrow? Because we're about to wrap this bad boy up. What are we talking about tomorrow?
Wide receiver. So I'm assuming tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern, they will be talking about Travis Etienne, because they're talking about running backs tomorrow night.
Here's my quick take on that whole situation. And it's going to be very quick. Tank Bigsby looked explosive last season when he did get opportunities. And it did look like coming into the season, he was going to get even splits, or if not more, than Travis Etienne. I've been avoiding Travis Etienne like the plague. I want nothing to do with him. If he gets traded, it might be the best thing for him. Jokingly, I joke about the Carolina Etienne being better than the one in Jacksonville. Jokingly, of course. I'm not sure who's better, to be honest with you. But yeah, if they do move Etienne, the Jaguars are going to be fine. Tank Bigsby looked like the real deal last year, and I'd like to see him get more touches and more involved in this offense. So Etienne he crushed everybody last year. He killed everybody, but before then he didn't. He was awesome. He produced and he was winning, weekly matchups for people. And he was a person we could rely on. He was getting targeted. I felt like everything in Jacksonville just fell to last year. And if you weren't Brian Thomas Jr., last year on the Jaguars, you were just the worst player ever, because that whole damn franchise fell apart, and it sucked to see. So hopefully this year they can bounce back. Etienne being traded, but who's he going to get traded to? That's the question. Who's in the market for Travis Etienne?
San Francisco. All their running backs keep getting injured, man.
I know. It's like a damn plague down there
Actually,
too.
ETN would be a great addition for San Francisco in that offense. I mean, I
Of
think
course
they
you would.
use him well, being both a pass catcher and a pretty solid running back. Even they need the pass catchers. Obviously, they need the backup just in case Christian McCaffrey goes down or misses time again. Jamie says Cowboys need a running back. Dude, they have like 700 running backs, I feel like, or is that the Carolina Panthers? They're both the same, in my opinion, the running back rooms. But yeah, Cowboys do need a running back too. But man, that 49ers offense would look pretty good with ETN. So
Unpopular opinion. I'm a Dolphins fan, supporter, sympathizer. We are here on the Fence Talk Sports Network. Come to Miami. I'm sick of this offense, bro. We need to fix it. We need to fix it here in Miami. I'm so sick of this team. Anything will work out. I'm not really looking forward to the Jalen Wright experiments. I liked how Ollie Gordon looked. I would take ETN to back up Achane. That'd be fun. I think that'd be interesting. But yeah, San Francisco, you nailed it on the head. San Francisco is the one. It's an NFC team. They're really needing a running back. All the running backs are just destroyed. That's the spot. Is there any other tight end that you wanted to talk about before? Because we did get some questions on Elijah Arroyo.
Yeah, Craig wants to know about the tight end in Seattle, Arroyo. I don't have a lot of opinions on him. I haven't seen him play, so I don't want to make any like wild statements here. We have him pretty low in our rankings, although I think Pudge has him at 11. We all have, Sean has him at 13, so maybe we are out of touch, Josh, but he is the starting tight end for Seattle, so I would like to see that. ETN situation is pure speculation currently, where it's sequences happened from training camp to week 1 of the preseason to this week's practice to ETN randomly leaving practice and not talking to media. That is from our guy Sean. So, Brian, you go back to work.
Go. You're probably on the clock in the guillotine league, Brian. Go draft. No, you did draft. I'm probably on the clock. To wrap things up, though, I will very quickly read off the top 12 tight ends that we have ranked, and then we're going to go ahead and close out the show. So we have 1, Trey McBride. Well, they're tied, and Brock Bowers. We have George Kittle at 3, TJ Hawkinson at 4. His big comeback with JJ McCarthy is going to be nice. Sam Laporta at 5, Travis Kelce at 6. Mark Andrews still sticking there, still up there, number 7. David Njoku, number 8. Evan Ingram, number 9. Tucker Kraft, my boy, I love him. Number 10. Tyler Warren, number 11. Dalton Kincaid, number 12. We got to fix that. I'll make some adjustments because I don't think he belongs up there. But that's going to wrap up the top 12 list for us. Who did we miss? Are we giving Kyle Pitts another chance? Is Jonnu Smith too low for us? Remember Jonnu Smith finished 4 last year. Zach Ertz, we didn't even bring him up. Who did we miss? Let us know about, in the chat. If you're watching this after the stream, of course, make sure you go to our YouTube page, Fantasy Now Plus, if you're watching on Fins Talk Sports Network, and vice versa. If you're watching on Fantasy Now Plus, go give Fins Talk Network some love. I do some wrestling shows over there on Thursday and on Saturdays. All of our shows are on the network over there on the Fins Talk Sports Network. Blue Sky, I'm not there, but Justin is. Blue Sky Fantasy Now Plus. What's your Blue Sky? What is it?
Justin Bowerly.
I am on Blue Sky. You can find me, Josh Kimmel. But if you want to get a hold of me, chat.fantasynowplus.com. Join the Discord. We are all there and available to speak and answer any questions. We have league postings. We have discussions. We have trade offers discussions. Anything you could want. So I'm going to stop babbling. I'm going to get us out of here. I'll bring us home. Peace out, guys. See you next week.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to like and subscribe wherever you watch or listen to podcasts. We'll be back next week for more ways to win your league.